Mark well and listen.
Master.
Trust only in the Force.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at licensed games that go beyond being adaptations and actually tie into their IP's canonicity.
Maybe there'll be some closure for you.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Enter the Matrix.
Why do you do that?
Do what?
Check your guns.
You never know.
While this groundbreaking sci-fi film series has gotten a handful of tie-in games, Enter the Matrix is the most unique when it comes to canonicity. The game takes place alongside the second film, 2003's The Matrix Reloaded. It follows supportive characters from the movie, Ghost and Niobe, on their own journey to battle the franchise's villainous machines. It was a great deal of fun seeing what these characters were up to while Neo, Morpheus, and Trinity were dealing with their own issues. Not only that, but the game was written and directed by franchise creators the Wachowskis, and even featured new live-action scenes. So there's more of a connection than many other licensed games. Saw, the video game.
Hello, Detective Tapp. I want to play a game.
The biggest draw of the Saw franchise is seeing if and how Jigsaw's victims can survive his twisted tests. But this licensed title puts you in the middle of a trap-laden insane asylum and tasks you with making it out yourself. Set after the events of the first film, it follows Detective David Tapp, who had been healed from his climactic gunshot wound for further torment at the hands of Jigsaw. Developer Zombie Studios collaborated with Saw creators Lee Whannell and James Wan. This made the story, trap designs, and overall atmosphere incredibly authentic to the source material. Its mechanics and controls may not have been up to snuff, but it's still a worthy companion piece to the franchise.
Hello, Melissa. It's time to wake up and see what your life has become.
Stranglehold. John Woo is a master of over-the-top action, and 1992's Hard Boiled is one of the director's finest achievements. But if you've never experienced its video game sequel, 2007's Stranglehold, we'd highly recommend that you do. It follows the film's protagonist, Inspector Tequila Yoon, as he investigates the murder of a fellow officer. Chow Yun-fat reprised the lead role, and Woo helped produce it. While most felt it was a bit too short, Woo's style is perfect for video games, and led to some really frenetic action sequences. Stranglehold was well received enough to earn a sequel called Gun Runner, which was sadly cancelled when publisher Midway filed for bankruptcy. Blair Witch.
You know what to do, buddy. Just like in training. Good boy. You do great on the Force if you weren't so stubborn.
It's surprising that Blair Witch ever became a franchise considering how simplistic the original premise was. However, some creators have managed to bring some interesting elements to the table, including developer Bloober Team. The 2019 game is set 2 years after the original film, and follows a former policeman and his dog after they join a search party looking for a missing child. Naturally, and unfortunately for everyone involved, the boy went missing in the Black Hills forest.
Run, Ellis! What the Hold! Bullet! Run!
The game picks up the pace with creatures that hunt you from the shadows, however, it still includes a fun mystery at its heart as you piece together the forest's history. Ghostbusters, the video game.
Part of our settlement with the city, proton packs must remain off, and heavily populated public areas.
And in close quarters. It minimizes the city's liabilities and satisfies the restraining order the maid here had put on us.
Fans had been begging for a Ghostbusters 3 for years, and in 2009 they finally got it, just probably not in the form they were expecting. The game puts players in the shoes of a new recruit to the team 2 years after the second movie. It pits the Ghostbusters against Ivo Shandor, the spirit of a cult leader who worships Gozer, the antagonist of the first film. Not only did stars Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis co-write it, but they reprised their roles alongside Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, and several others.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the night?
You experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic.
Have you or your family actually seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
It was a delight playing through a film sequel we never got. The franchise's later movies may make the canonicity a bit unclear, but it remains a blast to play.
Textbook
See?
capture.
That wasn't such a chore, now was it?
The Thing.
It sounded like there was a problem.
Shit, you got that right. We got ambushed by these things. I don't know where they came from, man. Everybody lost it. The squad split up.
One of the best horror movies ever made got a video game sequel 20 years later. The Thing picks up directly after the film and follows a special forces team investigating what happened to the researchers. As you contend with the deadly shape-shifting alien, you'll also have to manage a team of NPCs. You need to keep an eye on their stress, their level of trust in you, and the possibility of them becoming infected. Although director John Carpenter didn't work on it, he did make a cameo appearance as well as endorse it as a true sequel. Sadly, this is another game whose follow-up was cancelled, this time when developer Computer Artworks entered receivership in 2003.
Wait a minute. Don't you come any closer. Where the hell did you come from anyways?
A chopper brought me in. From the U.S. Research Station, 5 clicks south of here.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. One of the latest licensed games to tie in with its franchise's continuity is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Ubisoft and developer Massive Entertainment worked closely with creator James Cameron to create a worthy piece of connected lore. It's set on one of Pandora's continents not seen in the 2 feature films. This way, it could stand on its own while still including elements fans had grown to love. Players control a Na'vi who has been held captive by human invaders for years, joining your people and fighting back with them. Its story takes place alongside the second movie, but we could see stronger connections as the series progresses. Film producer John Landau has even teased game elements showing up in future installments.
What must our ancestors think of us? Do you think they pity us? Sad to see what we've become?
Star Wars Jedi series.
Look at this. A lightsaber.
What is or isn't canon to the larger Star Wars universe has changed a lot over the years, especially with Disney in charge. But for right now, the Jedi duology remains canonical to the film franchise and is honestly one of the strongest additions to its lore. The first game follows Cal Kestis, a Padawan in hiding following Order 66 as seen in Revenge of the Sith. It expanded on the Empire's control and included film figures like Saw Gerrera and Darth Vader. Gameplay, level design, and performances were all solid, leading to the 2023 sequel Jedi Survivor. Despite some technical issues, it was just as well received as its predecessor, something that's been a bit too infrequent within the franchise as of late.
Ready for number 1? Is that it?
Alien Isolation. Isolation isn't the only game set within the continuity of the Alien franchise. It is, however, the best one. Set 15 years after the first movie, it follows the daughter of series protagonist Ellen Ripley as she searches for her missing mother. Unknown to her until it's too late, her journey puts her into direct conflict with a horrifying xenomorph. The game's enemy AI has been praised by nearly everyone who has played it. The alien feels just as deadly as it did in 1979, perhaps more considering it's consistently hunting you throughout. Since its release, Isolation has been praised for its focus on stealth and how it replicated the tense atmosphere of the world that inspired it. The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay.
Butcher Bay. You know, you always take me to the nicest places, Charles.
I heard the food's good as well. Can't say I'm gonna miss you, Riddick.
Then don't.
It isn't often a tie-in game surpasses the franchise it's tied to, but that's just what happened with Escape from Butcher Bay. As a prequel to Pitch Black, the first entry in the Vin Diesel-led sci-fi franchise, the game follows Riddick attempting to escape the titular prison. Players and critics alike praised it for a great many things upon release, including its stealth mechanics and visuals. Vin Diesel lent his voice to the lead role, but that's not all.
Talking about me? Never wise.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I heard you were coming.
He also founded co-developer Tygon Studios and worked on the plot alongside film series writer and director David Twohy. The result wasn't just a great licensed game, but an essential piece to the overall story.
So this is the beast of Butcher Bay, huh? Head of their killing gang.
Know of any other licensed games that are actually canonical? Share them with us in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great gaming videos.
No names, Ray. I don't want to get too attached to this kid. You know, just in case